A wildlife photographer sets up a trail camera in the woods, hoping to catch deer or maybe a fox passing through. He leaves it for 2 weeks. When he comes back and reviews the footage, he finds something he wasn't expecting. A crow alone, sliding down a snow-covered roof. Over and over. For 20 minutes. Not hunting. Not building a nest. Just playing. The moment another bird shows up, the crow stops, acts normal, and flies away. But when it's alone again, back to the slide. This isn't an isolated incident. Across thousands of hours of hidden camera footage, researchers, hunters, and naturalists are documenting the same pattern. Animals behave completely differently when they think no one is watching. And what they're doing in private is rewriting what we thought we knew about animal intelligence, emotion, and consciousness. So what are animals actually doing when they think they're alone? Let's start with what most people assume. You probably think animals in the wild are in constant survival mode. Hunting, hiding, eating, reproducing. Every action driven by instinct and necessity. And during the day, when humans are around, that's mostly true. Animals are cautious, efficient, predictable. But trail camera footage from national parks, nature reserves, and backyards around the world is showing something else entirely. When animals believe they're unobserved, a completely different set of behaviors emerges. And a lot of it looks less like survival and more like living. Here's what really locks it in. Play behavior. For decades, scientists believed that only young animals and a few intelligent species like primates and dolphins engaged in play. Play was thought to be practice for adult skills, hunting, fighting, escaping. Functional, not recreational. But hidden cameras are capturing adult animals, alone, engaging in behavior that serves no survival purpose whatsoever. Foxes pouncing on nothing. Bears spinning in circles. Otters sliding down riverbanks when there's no faster route and no audience to impress. They're not practicing. They're not teaching offspring. They're playing because it feels good. A 2019 study published in Animal Cognition analyzed over 15,000 hours of trail camera footage across multiple continents. Researchers found that when large mammals, bears, wolves, big cats, were alone and in areas with no recent human activity, they spend up to 6% of their time engaged in non-functional play behavior. That might not sound like much until you realize that for a wild animal, 6% of your time is enormous. That's time not spent eating, sleeping, or reproducing. That's time spent doing something just because. But here's where it gets even more surprising. Animals don't just play when they're alone. They problem solve. Researchers studying ravens set up puzzle feeders in remote areas with hidden cameras. When humans were present, ravens approached cautiously, grabbed food quickly, and left. Standard behavior. But when the cameras captured ravens alone at night, the birds spent hours experimenting, trying different approaches, testing mechanisms that had nothing to do with getting food. One raven was recorded manipulating a latch for 40 minutes after it had already accessed the food, seemingly just to figure out how it worked. It wasn't hunger. It was curiosity. There's a concept in animal behavior research called behavioral masking. It means that animals suppress certain behaviors when they perceive an audience, especially a human one. And trail cameras are revealing just how much animals are masking. Elephants recorded at night, alone, have been observed making long, deliberate journeys to specific trees, not for food, and gently touching the bark with their trunks in what researchers describe as ritualistic behavior. Some return to the same tree, in the same manner, over multiple years. When humans approach, they stop and move away. But the cameras show them coming back, again and again. We don't know what this means. But it looks a lot like memory. Like significance. Like something we'd recognize as meaning if we saw a human doing it. So what about predators? What are they doing when no one's watching? You'd expect efficiency. Rest between hunts. But trail cameras in Yellowstone captured a wolf, alone, playing with a stick for over an hour. Tossing it. Chasing it. Pouncing on it. The wolf had eaten recently. It wasn't hungry. It wasn't teaching pups. It was alone in a clearing at dusk, and it was playing. There's one more category of behavior that cameras are capturing, and it's the one that makes scientists the most uncomfortable. Mourning. Elephants are famous for it, returning to the bones of dead family members, touching them gently. But trail cameras have now documented similar behavior in species we never expected. Crows standing vigil over dead companions for hours. Foxes returning repeatedly to locations where a mate died. A bear in Montana was recorded visiting the same spot where her cub had been killed by a car, sitting motionless for 20 minutes, 3 days in a row. There's no survival advantage to this. No evolutionary benefit. It's just loss. And they're processing it the only way they know how. There's a deeper truth sitting underneath all of this. We've spent centuries studying animals in labs, in zoos, in the presence of humans. And we built our entire understanding of animal cognition on that data. But what if animals in the presence of humans are performing? What if the version of themselves they show us is the cautious, survival-focused, threat-responsive version? And the version they are when they think no one's watching is closer to who they actually are? Trail cameras don't just capture behavior. They capture the unguarded self. The moments when an animal isn't calculating threat levels or human proximity. When a crow slides down a roof just because it's fun. When a raven solves a puzzle it doesn't need to solve. When an elephant visits a tree that meant something. These aren't behaviors we taught them to perform. These aren't instincts we can easily explain. These are choices animals are making when they think the choice is theirs alone. So the next time you see a trail camera photo of a deer staring directly into the lens, here's what might be happening. That animal just realized it's been watched. And whatever it was about to do, whatever unguarded behavior it was about to express, just got locked away again. Because animals don't perform their inner lives for us. They save those moments for when they think the cameras are off and the humans are gone. But the cameras aren't off anymore. And what we're seeing is rewriting the question entirely. It's not, are animals intelligent? It's, how much have they been hiding from us this whole time? And the answer, it turns out, is almost everything. This is Idea Spark, where curiosity meets clarity.